Hey, how we doing? It is Larry here again for the Leroy channel, and today we're going to go over teriyaki sauce. Now, you saw me make a honey mustard sauce not too long ago, so today we're going to go a little Asian style and do a teriyaki sauce. Now, this could be used over chicken, noodles, meat, or anything, or vegetables, pretty much anything for that matter. So it's going to be a great sauce to use to kind of liven up foods, kind of give it a different taste without going too crazy. Alrighty, simple teriyaki sauce. You know, this one only contains a few ingredients and they're very easy and it's nothing like outstanding, okay? I use a low sodium soy sauce, okay, because I'm going to cut down on the sodium. We have brown sugar, ginger. You could either buy the ginger root or you could buy the ginger paste. Either one works. Today we're going to use the ginger paste. Okay, we have minced garlic, honey, sesame oil, and mirin. Mirin is a Japanese sweet wine. It's kind of like sake, but with virtually no alcohol and a little bit more sugar. So the sugars are high on this. There's no alcohol in it, and not to mention you're going to cook it, and that's going to burn off. So you'll be fine with that. Oh, and the last ingredient is water mixed with cornstarch. Kind of binds it together. Okay, so it kind of brings everything together. Now, if you're going to use teriyaki sauce as a marinade, which you can do, just eliminate the cornstarch because you don't want any binding going on or any thickening going on. You want it straight up liquid if you're going to use it as a marinade. So eliminate the cornstarch if you're going to do that. Also, we have to say there is sesame oil in it. So if you have a nut allergy, this is not going to be good. Okay, so avoid this one or avoid giving it to anybody who has a nut allergy because there is sesame oil in it. Alrighty? So, teriyaki sauce, like I said, can be used for covering chicken, beef, vegetables, or any types of meat. Used for noodles if you just want to have teriyaki noodles and nothing else. There you go. Okay? So, let's get to it. Alrighty? Now, nutrition for the teriyaki sauce. This recipe today, which will be down in the description, will make approximately 1.25 cups of actual sauce. From there, you get about 10 servings. A serving size should be around 2 tablespoons. Again, that's going to vary depending on how much food you actually have. Somebody like me who eats a lot, 2 tablespoons is enough, you know, to cover all of my food and to give everything a nice taste without having to be overpowering on the sweetness or just not really doing much, okay? Play with it in there. For somebody like me, I get about 10 servings out of this. If you're gonna use a little bit less, obviously it's gonna last a little bit longer. Alrighty? You can make this, keep it in your fridge for about a week. Then after that, I really wouldn't trust it because we're not adding any preservatives to it or anything, so, and we're not canning it. So you gotta be very careful with that stuff. So per serving, based on about 10 to 12 servings, 46 calories per serving. So that's not too bad. We got less than 0.5 gram of fat because there's really no fat in this at all. About 10 grams of carbohydrates, you know, 9.9, 10. The sugars are 8.4, again, coming from the mirin and the honey and the brown sugar, duh. And there's 0 protein because there's nothing in it that would give us really protein. So again, 46 calories, less than 0.5 gram of fat, about 10 grams of carbohydrates, most of that being sugars, and 0 protein. Alrighty, let's put it together. Okay, You bring it to a boil, and then you reduce down to a simmer, and you let it simmer for about 4 minutes. Take it, turn the heat off, and let it cool. I'm storing it in a mason jar, so I don't necessarily need it to cool. I want it to be a little hot so I could get some pressure built up, and I could kind of do a form of canning, but not really, because it's not perfectly sealed. So you just gotta make sure we get all of that off. Excellent. So as you can see, you now have your teriyaki sauce. Nice liquid, wherever what you want to add it to. Make sure these are clean, and you can't reuse these, so make sure you use a new one because it won't get a seal. And this will store in your fridge good solid week or so, and then I would suggest getting rid of it. So teriyaki sauce.